Okay ji. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are dealing with quantitative electrochemistry. Alright ji. Today we are dealing with quantitative electrochemistry, in which we are to quantify the amount of product produced or reactant used during electrolysis. देखें मेरे पास like the thing that I have to figure out how much amount of product produced and how much amount of reactant used during the process of electrolysis. अच्छा, इस चीज को जज करने के लिए मेरे पास सबसे पहले फैराडे फर्स्ट लॉ है, जो कि मेरे सिलेबस का अहम हिस्सा है. फैराडे फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस. लॉ ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस एक्चुअली इसमें दो लॉज होते हैं, लेकिन हमें सिर्फ एक ही लॉ को फोकस करना है, क्योंकि दूसरा लॉ हमारे सिलेबस में मैच करता नहीं है ज्यादा. अच्छा जी, फैराडे ने क्या स्टेट किया? फैराडे ने कहा द अमाउंट ऑफ प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस्ड ड्यूरिंग इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस is directly proportional to amount of charge flowing through the circuit. Amount of charge flowing through the circuit. अच्छा अच्छा, चार्ज डायरेक्टली तो मुझे पता नहीं होता है. आई एम गिवन विद 2 units, that is current passing through circuit or time of exposure या time duration of. ये दोनों चीजें मिलकर मुझे चार्ज के बारे में एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं. एज आई ऑलरेडी नो फ्रॉम माई फिजिक्स नॉलेज, करंट इज इक्वल टू चार्ज flowing through the circuit per unit time. और अगर मुझे चार्ज कैलकुलेट करना है तो मैं चार्ज विल बी इक्वल टू करंट flowing through the circuit multiplied by time. यानी चार्ज डायरेक्टली रिलेट कर रहा है दोनों क्वांटिटीज के साथ. मैं यहाँ लिख सकता हूँ मोर द करंट मोर द चार्ज. More the charge, if time is kept constant. मैं दूसरी स्टेटमेंट लिख सकता हूँ more the time for constant electrical current So more the charge. तो यानी ये दोनों चीजें फोकस किस चीज को कर रही हैं? More the Q, more the mass volume, mole of substance discharged. ठीक है. So ये मेरे पास ये रिलेशन इन दोनों के दरमियान डेवलप हो गया कि जितना ज्यादा चार्ज उतना ज्यादा मास प्रोड्यूस, वॉल्यूम प्रोड्यूस, मोल्स ऑफ सब्सटेंस डिस्चार्ज. ठीक है. अब फर्ज कीजिए, अब मैं एक क्वेश्चन कोट करता हूँ. लेट्स सपोज NaCl is electrolyzed using inert electrode. Na ions are to gain electron to turn into Na plus. Cl ion are to lose electron to produce chlorine gas. तो अगर मैं ये कहूं, मैं दो स्टेटमेंट बना सकता हूं with respect to sodium and with respect to chlorine. I can say that 1 mole of charge is needed to discharge 1 mole of Na. अब 1 mole of charge कितना होता है? I know that 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the power 23 times 1.60 times 10 power minus 19 can give me 1 mole of Na, or I can say 96500 coulombs charge produces 1 mole of Na. Or I can rephrase this further, 96500 coulomb charge produces 23 grams of Na. ठीक है. बिल्कुल इसी तरह I can make another relation. I can say 1 mole of electronic charge or electron produces 12 dm cube of chlorine. Like considering 1 mole is equal to 24 dm cube. So as I'm getting half mole of chlorine, so actually 1 mole of electron carries certain charge, so I can write 6 times 02 times 10 power 23 times 1.60 times 10 power minus 19 produces 12 dm cube of chlorine, or I can say 96500 produces 20. Now, at this instance, I think I should mention that Faraday's constant is actually equal to F is equal to LE, where L is Avocados number. And E charge on electron. So one Faraday has this much coulomb charge. So I can also rewrite this statement. 1F produces 12 dm³ of fluorine gas. Right. So upon these bases, I have to calculate the amount of reactant product produced, and I have to produce this law or this value, either this, that, or this. Now, if I talk about a situation, make situation मैं पेज पे कर देता हूँ. If I can say that what mass of calcium is produced if 1.6 ampere current passes through an electrolytic cell cell containing CaCl2 aqueous for 2 hours. Let's take this molten rather, otherwise this would not discharge. We know that calcium has very high reactivity. For 2 hours, okay. Just first of all, if I have to calculate the amount of calcium produced, so what are the aspects through which I have to highlight the information. This is the amount of current and this is the duration. So I will be writing, I know I is equal to Q over T. So Q will be equal to I times T. I is 1.6 times 2 hours. Here I have to take time in seconds, right? So 2 hours has 2 times 60 times 60. So if I calculate, so this will be 1.6 times 2 times 60 times 60. So the amount of charge that is produced is 11,520 coulomb. This is the charge that is flowing through the circuit. Okay. So if in this question, if I'm not given with the mass of that means I have to calculate the mass. It is mentioned earlier. I know that according to equation, if calcium has to discharge, calcium ion has to discharge and produce calcium. So I want how many moles of electron? 2 moles of electron. Either I want 2 moles of electron or the charge equal to 2 moles of electron. So this could be, I can write that 2 into 6 into 2 into 6.02 times 10 to the power 23 times 1.60 times 10 power minus 19 produces 40 grams of this. So if I multiply this, so this becomes 2 times 96500 produces 40 grams of calcium, 40.3 or 40.1. So 11,520 will produce X. And that is that is 40 times 11520 divided by 2 divided by 96500. So it will be 2.387 grams of calcium produced in the end. So in this question, examiner was interested in finding mass of calcium. Similarly, if examiner says that let me search a question. Let me pause the video so for a minute. Yes, I got the question. Examiner is asking, the first part is asking, state the relationship between Faraday's constant and Avocados constant. This is some question related to electrochemistry, having some part. What is the relation between Faraday constant and Avogadro's constant? So the relation is F is equal to LE, which we earlier have discussed. Okay. Now, in the next part, he's asking when a current of 1.2 ampere, I'm just writing the bullets, pass through dilute H2SO4 for 30 minutes. It was found it is producing 130 cm cube of O2 at STP or RTP. Examiner wants you to calculate number of values. Mention this. He wants you to calculate moles of O2 formed. He wants you to calculate the number of electron needed for this process. Number of coulomb passed. Then number of electron. So there are two spots in which examiner is asking number of electron needed for the process, number of coulombs required, number of electron required. Right? And then the number of electron in 1 mole. And finally, he's asking number of electron in 1 mole. So if I'll start with the moles of, I'm provided with the mass of volume of oxygen, 130 cm cube. So I can 1 mole is to 24,000. So X moles are there 130. So I'll just simply divide 130 divided by 24,000, which is 0.00541. 0.00541 moles of this. That's it. And right now, I've obtained the number of moles of oxygen, the first part that examiner asked. In second part, examiner is asking about the number of electron needed for this. Okay. And he's not asking about charge. Yes, he's asking about charge. Number of electron needed. I know according to the equation provided to me, 2H2O produces 4H plus O2 plus 4E. So if number of electron are asked, 1 mole of oxygen needing 4 moles of electron. So 0.00541 needs X electrons. So if I calculate the electron, so this will be 4 times 0.00541. So I need 0.0241 moles of electron. 0.0241 moles of electron. And if I multiply this with Avocados constant, so this could be a very big number. But first of all, let me find out the coulombs. How much amount of electrical current is passing through the circuit? So 1.2 times 30 times 60. So amount of charge that is needed, it will be 1.2 times 30 times 60. So this will be 2 point. This will be 2160 coulomb charge is right now flowing through the circuit. So this is the charge that is flowing for this much mass, this much volume of. So if I calculate, I can calculate with respect to volume, I can calculate with respect to moles. So if I calculate that what total charge is required for 1 mole, so I will 2160 is producing 0.00541 moles of this. So 1 mole will be X. So I just divide 0.00541. So this will be 399,260 coulomb charge is required for 1 mole. But I have to find out the number of electrons, right? Since 1 mole of oxygen is produced when 4 mole of charge is passing through the circuit. 1 mole of oxygen, 4 moles of charge should pass through the circuit. So this is the charge that would be produced from 4 moles. So if I divide it with 4, so I'll get the value of 1 Faraday, 399,260 divided by 4. So this will be 99. This is the charge 99815, which is required for, no, this is the charge that is equal to 1F. I have to calculate the value of 1M as I have to prove F is equal to LE, right? And I have to calculate. So I have got the charge, which is for 1 mole electron के पास charge है 99815, and I know that I'm calculating E, no, L. इसका charge कितना है? 815 divided by, multiplied by 1.60 times 10 power minus 90. So this will be equal to 6.23 times 10 power 23. So this sort of question examiner usually asks in order to prove a relation between Avogadro's constant and We already know by the start of experiment F is equal to LE. I cannot like just type or place the values regarding the constant that I already provide. He wants me to calculate the charge for 1 mole. I obtained the charge for 4 moles. Then I got the charge for 1 mole, placing these values and using the value of E that is there in the data booklet. इस बेसिस पे मैंने इसको किया. एक और क्वेश्चन निकालते हैं, हमारे पास और कैलकुलेशन हो जाए. Okay, there it is. There's one more question. Examiner is again asking about the relationship between Faraday's constant and Avocados constant. We already know that F is equal to LE. And later on in the question, he's saying a charge of electron AR and the valency of copper is known to the value of Avogadro's number that can be determined experimentally. This is done by passing a known current for a known time through the copper electrolytic cell and weighing the mass of copper deposit over cathode. एग्जाम पहले पार्ट में कहते हैं ड्रॉ द डायग्राम. तो मैंने यहाँ एक बैटरी यानी मुझे इसमें F और L की वैल्यू E की वैल्यू से L को कैलकुलेट करना. मेरे पास ये एनोड ये कैथोड. Anode keeps dissolving, right? Electrolyte copper to sulfate, cathode, and now examiner is asking, use these data. मुझे डेटा क्या प्रोवाइड किया, करंट कितना फ्लो कर रहा है 0.500 एम्पियर, कितने मिनट के लिए, 30 मिनट्स के लिए, क्या मास था, इनिशियल मास ऑफ कॉपर कैथोड 52.243 और फाइनल मास ये इनिशियल है, फाइनल कितना है 52.542 ग्राम्स. तो सबसे पहले तो मुझे चेंज इन मास कैलकुलेट करना. चेंज इन मास कितना हो जाएगा मेरे पास 0.299 grams is the change in mass. एग्जाम में कहता है कि now prove use these data and information from the data booklet to calculate the value of L to 3 significant figure. What I have to calculate L. So first thing that I need to find out what amount of charge is flowing through the 7.5. Q will be equal to 30 times 60. There is my calculator. That is 0.5 times 30 times 60, which is equal to 900 coulomb charge. So now I have to relate it with mass. That 0.299 is produced from this. So 1 mole will be produced from X. So if I need to find this out, I have to divide 900 with 299. 0.299 1299. Oh, wait, this is the mass. So I have to first convert this into moles. So what is the AR value? 299 over 63.5. Yes, I can compare mole. I cannot compare mass directly. So 0.299 divided by 63.5 is 0.047. I can do that. My bad. 0.00470. So these are the moles which are produced from 900. So one mole will be produced from X. So I'll compare. So I'll divide 900 divided by 0.47. So this will be 191,489. The charge that is required 191,489 coulombs are needed. So this is like for one mole. So for that purpose, I need to look into data booklet. How much charge is needed to discharge copper? 2 moles. So I'll divide this value with 2. So this will be equal to 95744. So value for 1 mole, 1F की value जो इस experiment से calculate हुई 95744. This is the value of 1F. I know that F is equal to L over L into E. L will be equal to F over E is equal to L. ठीक है जी. So if I plug in the value 95744 divided by 160, 10 is to the power minus 19 is equal to L. So that will be equal to 5.97 times 10 power 23. So that's how we have to prove the quantitative chemistry. That's all. ठीक है बेटा, तो इसको प्रैक्टिस कीजिएगा. मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि इस वीडियो को यूट्यूब पे बता दें. बस यहाँ याद रखिए, यहाँ जो मैंने मिस्टेक की थी कि मैंने इसके मोल नहीं लिए, मैंने मैथ से ही कैलकुलेशन शुरू कर दी. वी हैव टू टेक मोल्स. Anyways, thank you very much. I hope you understood this.